Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In our previous video, we have discussed about a range function in Python and how we can use this range function in for loop. In this video, we will discuss about enumerator and how this enumerator works. So before actually going and understanding this enumerator, let us understand how we can actually get the indexes of any sequence in Python. So to get, we have different sequences in Python, right? So we have list, we have set, we have list, we have string, we have tuple, we have set, and we have dictionary. In all these we have ordered collections like string, list, and tuple. In these ordered collections we can actually get the elements using indexes. So how we can actually get the indexes, let us try to understand that. So in traditional approach we will use, let's say I am considering a list. Let's say I am considering a fruits list. In my fruits list I am having apple, banana, and also I'm having cherry. So this is the fruits list I am having. So now what I wanted to do is that I want these values indexes. So these are, okay, these values can be accessed through indexes, right? We these values will be starting at index 0 and go up to the how many number of elements of this sequence having -1. So like that we can actually get the indexes, get the values through indexes, right? So I will show one example. Fruits, I am mentioning the list name fruits. If I mention 0 here, I am able to get this apple like this. I wanted to access all these elements using indexes and also using for loop. So how we can do that? I am using for loop per index. I want index because of the reason I am mentioning index. In I want to access from this list, right? So to access indexes we will use range and also we will use length, and we will mention this here, this list name here. So now you might be wondering what we are doing here. So let me explain one after the other. Here we are using length of fruits. This fruits is this list name, right? So because I am mentioning this length of fruits, what this written is that how many number of elements that this list contains. So that is what it was returning. So how many number of elements a sequence containing can be known by using this length method. So what exactly this range? In our previous video, we have discussed about range, right? So I am just pasting here and I am getting something like this range of 0 to 2. So let me pass this to list so that we can understand it clearly. So here I am getting the values 0, 1, 2, which means the range of 0 to 3, the values are 0, 1, and 2. Like this, I am getting the values. I will get the values 0, 1, 2 here. So now what I will be doing is that I am just printing the values as they are. I am using f string here so that I can be printing that more meaningfully. So I want to print first fruit. I need to mention something like this flower braces, right? So to get the values. I am mentioning fruits. I am mentioning these indexes. So through the index only I am able to get the value, right? So index in, I'm getting the fruit name here in, I'm mentioning in here. Sorry, I need to mention outside of this flower braces in index. I need to mention the index here. So if I execute this, I can able to get the answer as apple in index 0, banana in index 1, and cherry in index 2. Like this, I can able to get the values and the indexes. Don't you feel this is a more kind of operations? We are doing more operations here. We are finding length and we are finding range, and more than that we are finding this thing. By using these indexes only we are actually accessing the elements. So to not to do this all of this process in Python, we have a inbuilt method which is enumerate. So let us go ahead and understand how this enumerator works. So this enumerator gives the values of indexes and value in a single tuple. So let us try to understand how that works. I am taking the same fruits list here. I am just copying and pasting here. So now what I will be doing is that I will be iterating through this a fruits list. So for I will be getting index and value from this fruits list. Index value in what I will be mentioning is that I will be mentioning the function name enumerate here, and I will be passing the fruits list here. So I am passing the fruits list to this enumerator. So I will be printing the same thing what we have printed previously. Now value, which is a fruit name, in index, and I will be passing this index here. So if I execute this, I can able to get the same result of what we have got previously. Apple in index 0, banana in index 1, cherry in index 2. So you can able to compare these two things. We are just giving one, we are using just one method, and we can actually get the indexes and values like this. So like this, by using enumerator, we can get the index and value both in a single tuple. So you might be wondering how this enumerate works. So let us explain that as well. So here I am mentioning just only enumerate fruits. If I execute this, I will get an object, something like this. But that is not we are worried much. So because of that reason, I am passing this to list method. So if I execute this, I am getting this kind of a list. This is list that we are passing. Don't worry about that. Consider these values. These are the tuples that I am getting by using these enumerate fruits. What are these is that here the first value in this first tuple I am having 0 and apple. 0 is the index and apple is the value. You can see here. Here it is the apple and 0 is index that what this apple have. So next, the one is having banana. The index is 1 and value is banana, and 2 is the index and cherry is the value. So this is how we can actually get the indexes and values by using this enumerator. So now what I wanted to show you is that I want to show you one more thing. So here we are getting the values are 0, 1 and 2. If I wanted to get these values from 1, so here I am mentioning index, right? If I want position will actually start with 1, not with 0. Because of that reason, if I mention position here and if I pass one more parameter to this enumerate start equal to 1, I can actually get these values as 1, 2, 3. You can observe here as well. So if I just pass this start as 1, I can able to get the values from 1. So like this, you can pass any value here. If you wanted to start with 5, you can mention 5. That will be starting with 5. So because of that reason, you can able to get this value from 5. So I will explain in here as well. Start is equal to 1. Now you can see the result as I am getting 1 instead of 0. So that is how this enumerator works. By using this enumerator, you can actually get the indexes and values. So let me explain this enumerate with the different sequences, different collections in Python. So strings, list and tuple almost work same, but set and dictionary works differently. To know how they works differently, let us understand one after the other. First, I will start with string. So don't worry much about string. We will it works as like general thing, but set and dictionary having some different way. So you can skip to set and dictionary to know what exactly how exactly that works. So I am mentioning subscribe here, and I am using for loop for index comma value in enumerate of string. So if I print f string, I will use f string here. The value in index, I will mention index here. If I execute this, I can able to get the answer as S in index 0, U in index 1, B index 2. Like this, I can able to get all of these things. If I want to mention position, I will mention start is equal to 1. If I execute this, I can able to get the position with 1, 2, 3 and so on. So let me explain with tuple also. In my tuple, I just consider the values as 1, 3, 5, 7. So I will just pass this to enumerator. So I will use index, I will use value. These are not fixed values. These are just variable names. You can use any variable names you wanted to. So let me explain with v, which can be referred as value, I, which can be referred as index, and v, which can be referred as value. So in enumerate tuple, so okay, fine. We will change this as tuple underscore. That won't be a problem, right? So I am mentioning tuple underscore, and I am printing using f string the index is, I am first printing the index which is of I, and value is, I am printing the value v here. So if I execute this, I am getting the result as in the index is 0 and the value is 1. Index is 1, value is 3. Index is 2, value is 5. Index is 3, value is 7. Like this, I can able to get all of these values. Now we will discuss about about sets, how we can actually get this kind of a thing with set. So the reason is the important thing we need to consider with sets are another collections. We cannot actually get the values using indexes, but using this enumerator we will get something. So how this enumerator works with sets, let us see and understand. So I am considering a set 1. Let's say the variable name is set 1. I am having 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am having these values in my set. So if I go and execute with index comma value in set 1, I am printing f string. I will use f string. The index is, I will use the index here, and value is, I will use value here. If I execute this, something went wrong. I have missed this colon here, not single quote here. So if I execute this, cannot unpack non-iterable object. So I need to mention enumerate here. That is what we are discussing here, right? So enumerate. So I will close this parenthesis. If I execute this, I can able to get the result as index is 0, value is 1, index is 1, value is 2. This is working fine when we have this kind of a values. But what if we have duplicate values? Set by default remove the duplicate values and give the result. So if I have the values as 3, 2, and 1, these are the values which are repeating, which are duplicate values in this set. 1 is repeating 2 times, 2 is repeating 2 times, 3 is also repeating 2 times. If I execute this, I am getting the same result by removing these duplicate values. So it is not suggested to use enumerate with these sets because sets are another collections, but still you can get the position something like this for unique values that are considered, that are having inside of this set. So let us go ahead, and I hope you have understood these sets. By using enumerator, we can actually get this kind of a positions in sets. So let us go ahead and understand with the dictionary. Dictionary is a having key value pairs, not with indexes, not any other thing. So how we can actually use this enumerator with dictionaries? So for that, I will be considering one dictionary which is of dict dict1. I will consider the name as dict1. In my dict1, I am having the value keys as, let's say I am having 1 here, and I will be I will be having, let us take one more different example. I am having a here. I will be calling the value is 1, and I can have b and the value is 2. I will consider c as key and value as 3. So now if I go and execute, if I go and access as like we have accessed here, I will just copy this to save some time. So I will mention dict 1. We are getting, we wanted to get index and value from this dict 1. how we can get that. So I will copy this code also here, and I will paste this here. The index is index, then the value is value. So if I execute this, I am getting the value, the result as the index is 0 and the value is A. The index is 1, value is B. Index is 2, value is C. So by this you can observe that we are getting the keys. If we plainly mention the dict, we are getting the keys. So let us understand this something by something else. So I will just take this enumerate dict and I will mention here, and I will pass this to list so that we can understand it more clearly. So what we are getting is that we are by default getting the index values which are considered as positions like 0, 1, 2. So we are by default getting these keys as we mentioned plainly as dict. So if we mention values, to get values we can mention values. If I execute this, I am getting the values. The value is 1, the value is 2, the value is 3. Here also if I mention, to understand clearly, values, we are getting the values as 1, 2 and 3. If we want key value pairs, I can use items. By mentioning items, I am getting the key value pairs. So if you our intention is to get the indexes, and that is not work with dictionary, because in dictionary we will be having key value pairs, but still you can get some result like this. You can get the keys, the values and key value pairs, but the positioning, the index can be considered with whatever the positions that they are having, like 0, 1, 2, or you can mention your own starts. Like say I am mentioning the start with 10. It will start with 10 and and it will be incremented one after the other. Like this you can actually get, but this may not be the desired result for you. At that time you are not supposed to use this enumerator. Because of that reason, set and dictionary are not accessed through indexes, but you can access and you can use this enumerator method effectively with list, tuple and also with strings. So having said that, I hope you have understood this enumerator in how you can use this enumerator in for loop. We have discussed how you can use using how you can access indexes by general method using this range length function, and also we have discussed how you can actually access indexes and values by using this enumerator. We have discussed with the list, string and tuple. We have also discussed with set and dictionary, but with set and dictionary may not be actual result that what you might be expecting of indexes. Because of that reason, set and dictionaries does not accessed through indexes because they are unordered collections. I hope you have found this video interesting, and I hope you have understood all the concepts explained in this video. If that is true, hit the like button and subscribe for more this kind of videos. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.